So hey y'all, hey! It's been a hot minute since I filmed one of these, and I've been walking around my house trying to figure out where to prop you guys up, and I was like, you know what, let's just roll with it. I don't really care what's in the background. It's gonna be a one take situation. Until then, I just look like I'm talking to myself anyways. So it's been a couple of months. It's been a very interesting couple of months since my last video. A lot has happened. I kind of had a large setback, I guess, in the last couple months, and I just really engaged in a lot of activities I shouldn't have been, or entertaining people I shouldn't have been, and I'm really seeing my flaws and my insecurities and things like that, because I think I started off this process so strong when I originally started finding myself and finding my voice and my space and the journey and the freedom. I felt so empowered, and I was going so hard on yoga, so hard, and I got really grounded really quickly. I felt like, especially because I had started to try to do a lot of spiritual work before I even left New Orleans. So I felt like by end of May, beginning of June, I was in a really good place. I still am. This summer has been amazing, and it will literally go down in, it's just gonna go down for me as probably the most pivotal summer of my whole life, I would say, other than the first time I ever worked at the summer camp, which has still played such a large role in everything in my day-to-day life now. But yeah, so I'm still on such a great high and really finding myself and finding my footing. But like I said, I just kind of engage in a lot of habits and things. But at the same token, you know, I've still explored a lot of things that I wouldn't have done. I signed up to go skydiving. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to. You're over here. Yeah, we're gonna go skydiving. Ian, he actually was a Ace and G subscriber, and we've befriended each other throughout this process and really become good friends, and now talk every day, which it's nice to have. I really friendship style connect really well with men. It's funny because recently I was told it's no wonder why people think you're straight or whatever, and I attract a lot more men. I mean, if I was straight, I would be having no problem. I'm probably still, because I still wouldn't necessarily maybe want the ones that I'm attracting, which is the irony. But I've kind of been sorry for all the screaming and stuff. There's a sports field across from me, and well, you know, it's life, so welcome to my world. Anyways, yeah, so anyways, blah blah blah. So I don't really remember. I think it was after Pride that I made my last video. Raina, my dog eats dirt. Raina, get out of there. She's so special. Some things don't change. I, however, am not drinking, so that changed. I mean, for 2 days. But I've met so many new cool people in the last couple of months still, and I'm really just enjoying this dancing. Dancing has got to be my #1 love, and I just am so proud of myself and how far I've come. I started to really engage with listening to negative stuff, and just the concept of people saying that it's false, what I'm presenting out in the world is false and not real, all my confidence and my lack of caring, but it really was a shield or a veil that I kind of just removed, and I still have moments where I think or doubt myself, but it's really funny enough in hindsight, because so for instance this weekend it was my friend Athena's birthday. I went out dancing with her. That night in itself was interesting with its own struggles of things that I really wanted to engage in that I knew I shouldn't, and I didn't. So but then when I did try, it kind of the universe was nope. I was gonna say cock block, but you know, whatever. But anyways, that being said, from this situation, I actually started talking to an old friend of Athena's that I've talked to several times, but we really connected. They invited me out to brunch the next day. The next day I like didn't get home until like 3 that night, and then my mom was sick and I had to get up and like help her and whatever, because she went to Mexico and she ended up getting a little sick. So anyways, blah blah blah, I wasn't gonna go, and then I was like, you know what, you got invited, you should go. This is driving me nuts. So let's like at least remove the dustpan from the background of this shot, shall we? And I was like, you should go. You should go. And I was like, oh, well, I have the car, I could just drive myself. And I'm like, but it's brunch. Like, if someone offered to take you, and you should really just embody the experience that you're invited on. Like, and I think that's something I used to always start to think about, like the what ifs, the hows, the whens, the when am I gonna get there, if I'm stuck there, what am I gonna eat, how much is it gonna cost, what am I gonna wear, all this stuff. So I was like, no, we're just gonna go. So I went, and I really had a great day. And that's, my weekends with my friend Kaylee are always like that, because they're just totally unplanned and unthought out or whatever. So when they happen, they're just so natural, you know? It feels so good. And he's found my pop socket, which is another thing I got. I love my pop socket. And my fidget spinner. My ex likes to say I'm like 14. So anyways, I went and I had such a good time, and I ended up we went to a bar after we went to brunch, and met so many cool people that day. One of which was this straight guy. His name was Adam, and he was so fun. Even though I swear he's gay and doesn't know it. Sorry, he's not watching this, but there was like an empty dance floor, and I really wanted to dance on it, and he totally like was like, let's go. And I love having people that are just so easy and free, and I think that's also half the magnetic connection of like being able to be that way. And I was like, all right, let's go. And I just like we danced for so long. I was like sweating so hard. I danced with like some random burly gay guy that was like so awesome, that came around and like spin me and dip me, and I went up and like danced on some black chick that was like, oh my god, I'm getting so ballsy just dancing on people, and I'm so proud of myself. But the story is, when I got home and thought about it, not really so much at night because I was still like intoxicated, but the next morning I was so embarrassed almost to myself, like, oh my god, I probably looked like so crazy. But then I was like, you know what, that's just like the same shit when I was in Hawaii. We went out dancing, and there was a bunch of girls that were just so like, you know, resting bitch face, and I kept thinking to myself, oh, I don't want to dance because they probably think I look stupid, because I was like, Chelsea was sitting at the table, and I kind of didn't really want to keep leaving her, but like I wanted to dance, and so I kind of just like danced at the side of the table. And like, since I've like let the filter go of caring about what I look like, my body just moves, and I can't sit still. Like, I feel myself and feeling the music, and especially if it's a good DJ, I just can't help it, and I don't want to help it. So anyways, I found myself a couple of times being like, oh my god, you know, especially when you're like getting direct bitch eyes. This video is gonna be so funny with all the lighting, but you know, fuck it, it is what it is, and perfectly perfect. So yeah, I used to be one of those girls, like, that's the thing, is like, I totally was one of those girls that was so caught up, and we project so much shit onto other people, because I was projecting, as when I was on the other side of that, I was always projecting because I was uncomfortable with myself. I didn't feel comfortable, so I always then put it on everybody else was thinking about me, and no one gives a fuck what you look like, even if you trip and fall and bust your ass. Again, I got dropped on my ass on Sunday and flashed all of fucking Hillcrest. Thank God I had underwear on, but another moment where like I would have been mortified, but like, life is what it is, and we all make mistakes, and we all look a little silly and whatever, but like, let your freak flag hang, just be fun, just let it go. I wish I would have done it sooner. I can't say it's because of anything, it just was a multitude of reasons, but it feels so good to just be and feeling comfortable in my skin and not worried. And it also makes it a little easier, because when people do second guess me, it's like the endorphins and the amazingness I feel inside is like, I can't describe it, and I can't make someone feel it. It just is. It's a beautiful thing, and all the endorphins and all the confidence and all of the excitement that I have inside me is just worth it. I love the dogs like fighting this behind me, and I'm really just proud of myself. living with mom has not been easy. It's been a roller coaster for sure. I turned 30. Since then, I need to turn this light on. Hold on. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Turned 30. I've always wanted to be 30. Why? I don't know. I don't anymore. This is gonna be such poor lighting, but whatever. I've kind of slacked on yoga in the last couple of months, but I'm getting back on it. Went yesterday. I'm still cleaning the studios. Raina went on a boat and loved it. It was so much fun. But Maui was amazing. The road to Hana was great. It was good to have my best friend there. It was an amazing experience. There was lots of lessons I got to learn. I got so fucked up on my 30th birthday from taking CBD oil and drinking and going on a helicopter ride. Like, just because I turned 30, it doesn't mean I'm acting like I'm 30. Definitely rode out the end of my 20s hard. Also went to a psychic. Again, I went to a psychic back in June, and it's interesting how it went to the same lady, how your energy is very different, and they read such different things at different times. And you know, she told me that I wasn't attracting a mate because I didn't want one, and that's very true. I set out in the beginning of this, kept telling people I don't want somebody. I don't like, even though I did get hung up on someone so hard. But lust is a hell of a thing, but their loss. Anyways, it wasn't meant to be, but I've also had such high standards and turned up my nose to so many situations, but I've tried them out, or felt them out, which I'm proud of. But I also am learning my boundaries and deal breakers, and allowing myself to have deal breakers, you know? Although again, there's always like that one exception to the rule that just like, no matter what, you're like, you don't check any of the boxes and you are mind fuck, and still I'm chasing you. Breadcrumbing. That's a term. I feel like I told you guys about this term the last time I filmed, but yeah, the whole like, don't be a duck. Let's just say I was living in a pond for the last 2 months. I'm just kidding. By no fault other than my own. And with my 30th birthday and Ashley, what would have been Ashley and I's 15-year anniversary, we didn't start talking, like talking at all like that, but we did try to talk, and it was really, actually, parts of it were beautiful in the sense of being able to talk to, you know, we were best friends forever, and that part was really nice. But the pulls that come with that is we were together for too long. There are too many things, there's too much pain, there's a reason why it ended, and I would have held on forever if I could have. And although I didn't want to go back, I just felt pulls and things that were really confusing me, and also being like rejected by someone else at the same time definitely didn't help. And also the idea of turning 30 and all of that combined. Although I feel like I'm so confident, it's like there's still, it's this complex of like, okay, if you were overweight or whatever the fuck, and you lose weight and you're in great shape, it's like it doesn't change the, and I don't say this to be mean because I'm talking about even for myself, the inner fat girl, like the one that's so insecure. Well, I feel the same way. Forget about not just like body size. I have like gained some weight back in the last couple months, but not about body size, but just about confidence in general. Was that even though I feel so confident and happy and whatever, comfortable in my own skin, I still have a lot of insecurity and triggers that I still keep hitting. And this is gonna be my mascot. I love this thing. I want the one that lights up and goes to the beat of music. Which also, I met an awesome girl who gave me this, who's like one of my favorites. Her name's Destiny, and she's hilarious. She's Kaylee's neighbor. Kaylee's been a godsend. She's like my mood sister, and just we vibe so well, and I'm so glad to have her back in my life. And just the easiness that we are and exuberate together is just, we have so much fun, and it's so easy. and I'm really lucky to have her in my life, and have her be able to rekindle that. And I'm really grateful for everybody that's shown up for me, and also that I've been able to network off friends. The friends that I made through an old friend of mine too, I haven't really hung out with them again, but they all seem to be really great people. Because I went to a concert, it's for a going away party for one of my friends that live up north. She lived down here, but now she went back up north, and I kind of like vibed into her network of friends, and it's really cool to be growing and just going out by myself and not having a reason or like think about it, and just going. It's so exciting. And back to the ex thing, like it was good. I think it was healthy closure in the sense of we hadn't talked, and so it was tricky. There was a lot of bad my opinion, you know, there's like both sides to the story or whatever, but it was just tricky and messy, and it couldn't be. I can't be friends with her, like at least not now. Like, although I don't wish anything bad upon her, even if I do for a second, because I'm mad. It's just too much. And personally, for me, I never wanted to leave, and I just felt so hurt, betrayed, and never valued. So I mean, I know she wasn't a dirtbag, and she did appreciate things, and she's not a horrible person, but there was a lot of bad things, and I'm not a saint, but yeah, that just was what it was. So being friends was not gonna ever work out, but it was what it was. And you know, I always used to say that we'd get married when I turned 30, so there was just like all this stuff. And I also, when I left, it was like in 6 months we'd talk again, see each other again, and all this stuff that kind of had to like feel out, and just realize that I was playing with fire and wondering why each time I got off the phone I was either mad or whatever, or just like felt you know, frustrated or just confused, like even though again I didn't emotionally want to be there. And like, not to be mean, but like I'm starting to miss having a person. I haven't. It's been beautiful, like waking up and going to sleep and eating and going to work and not having that other person. But I do miss the companionship, and like I definitely am getting into a place now where I've moved past a lot of things, that I can open that idea and not be stuck in my old relationship, which is nice. But that was also a nice thing about being able to be like, allow ourselves to even be friends for a few seconds, was knowing and seeing and feeling that the other had moved on, which again is not really like the greatest feeling, but it is, because like you want the best for the next person, you know. So I don't know, it's tricky. So for now, no good, but you know, we wish each other the best, of course, and we'll always be there, you know, however we can, I guess, and whatever, life goes on, and which it has, and we're both excelling, and I couldn't be happier or prouder for both of us. And that's just the PC version of that, because they could just stay there, because it's all good. But yeah, so I turned 30. I had a great fucking birthday. It was hilarious. Definitely one for the books. I'm really looking forward to this next chapter. When I went and saw the psychic this weekend, she actually even brought up like me being married with a kid in the next like 5 years, and I was like, no, I don't see myself married, let alone with a kid. But I guess if I ever had a kid, I'd have to. I don't want a kid. Everyone in the world keeps telling me I'm gonna have a kid. It's like, but I'm not gonna fight it. We'll see what happens. But she brought up me possibly doing esthetician work, and it's funny because as a kid I used to always say that I wanted to own my own resort spot in San Diego. Oddly enough, she had said that she saw me in a resort as an esthetician. I was like, I've actually thought about being a hairdresser, a cosmetologist, a masseuse, but I love all those things separately, kind of like I like baking, but I don't know that I'd want to do them. Hairdressers, it's a lot. It's a lot. I just don't know. But masseuse, I don't want to have to just like rub everybody's naked body, although I love massage therapy. But most importantly, I like providing therapy. I like talking to people. I like helping people. And she said it was trying to help me navigate through a field that I could still kind of provide therapeutic services. And she said I have a strong need or love of beautifying things. She also said be careful baking or cooking for a living because there's so much stress and things that can happen as a result, and pressure, and it kind of takes away, and I totally agree. But yeah, so there was that, and I'm really interested in that concept because when she said that, it was like a light bulb went off in my head and like connected pieces. I didn't really tell her that, but like it's just kind of cool. Whether it be what it for it be, I don't know, because I still don't like to put my eggs in any basket, too many baskets. This lighting is just horrific. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. So I'm just putting it out there because we'll see where the future takes us. And I'm still single, and I mean, I've tried going on dates. It's so weird. I want to just like meet friends and like go that way. And then, I mean, I definitely want to be able to date someone and be chased and courted and admired, because I really haven't ever had that experience. But I also have to let somebody take the driver's seat, so that's hard. I'm grateful for the universe for stopping things that shouldn't happen, or whatever, just allowing boundaries to be where maybe I couldn't have them. I definitely know that I have a lot of work to do still, and I'm never trying to act like I'm perfect, but I'm very happy and I'm very grounded, and I'm just so thankful for this journey and where it's brought me. And even within my mom and us learning how to have to be each other's friends and like not make each other have to show up in a way that the other one can't or doesn't want to. Yeah, and just riding the wave, finding our way, you know, just whatever. And I'm so happy and so grateful for this core group of friends that I'm building, and I just love all my loves. And although, like I said, I don't know that my heart was broken at all, because like that's ridiculously serious, but like it got a little bruised. My ego and my heartstrings were pulled, definitely. But you know, lust, like I said, is a hell of a thing, and getting too hung up or caught up on people happens, and sometimes people are really confusing, and that's another thing I've had to learn is I can't take people at face value, and even helping people is another thing. This has been such a fucking pivotal couple of months of boundaries and learning what I can and can't take on, even from helping people. Like, I let some people put too much on me and dump way too much on me, and I learned that the hard way with someone. It just like blew up in my fucking face, but I was going through my own emotional pulls these months from like what I've just kind of like referred to a little bit, and I just felt like I was getting pummeled or like dump truck status between a lot of people that are around me, and I just had to try to like, you know, hold up the boundary and be like, hey, I can't handle that right now. But some people don't respect the boundaries, you know. Sometimes I don't respect the damn boundaries, so I have to really learn that teeter-totter of helping people but not giving too much of myself away. Hell, even dating and talking to people, I'm so unfiltered and so whatever that I know I have to pull back and not be so much sometimes, but that's hard for me because I'm very much how I am. So I'm very talkative, I'm very chatty, I'm very sexual, I'm very forward, I'm very direct, I'm very passionate, I'm a lot, but I'm definitely upfront, and you know, the right person will be able to handle that, and I don't need to be scared also and like dim my shine because it might be too bright for someone. I just need to find, I was about to say a darker closet, but that's not right. That's not. Oh Lord. But anyways, it's been an interesting process, and I'm really down for the dark moments and the bright moments, because you can't have the good without the bad. And although there's been a lot of rough patches, you know, the universe tests you, and you have to go through these trials and tributes to find your way and find what doesn't work and what does work. And you know, in the end, all these like obstacles and things will build the tools and resources and foundation to be able to fight, and also have the right supplies on hand to endure the next thing ahead. And that's what's important, and smiling every day and being proud and grateful for having the ability to be on this earth right now. Like my whole hometown area and surrounding county is literally on fire and people are losing everything, and it's like just reminds you of how quickly life can change, how quickly somebody can be taken from you, how quickly your whole world and your even materialistic items or valuables can just be taken from you, and how we spend our whole life working and rushing and in this rat race of things that sometimes those things can just be taken away, or if the person that we love is taken away, it all kind of diminishes in a lot of forms. I know we can regrow and there's beauty and rebirth and regrowth and all of that, but at the same time it's just a good reminder to not lose track of what's important and not take for granted the people that are sitting next to you and those people that will show up for you, and to also be careful about who you let in your world, because some people are a vacuum and some people also just want to, like the psychic said, just hook up to you and charge, and they'll use you and take your charge, and you have to realize, is it worth it to give it away? I mean, it's one thing if they give back, but you know, you can't always keep giving for people that don't want to give back for you. And I've learned that a lot of the going through a lot of hard moments and like seeing who really wants to pull through and who doesn't. And that's hard because I always feel like I try to show up so hard for people, but then I have to be careful not putting that on them, because everyone gets to show up in whatever way. I just have to learn the lesson. And you know, like, if you keep getting burned by the fire and you keep sticking your goddamn hand in, then you got no one to blame but yourself, you know? People, whatever you allow will persist, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. And sometimes we have to face things that we don't want to, you know? But that's okay. It's okay. It makes us human. It makes, I don't know. It gives hope. Like I said, I'm a little sad or miffed by things and people along the way in the last few weeks, or month, but a couple months, and situations that didn't end up ideally. But also my hang up on things is a huge sign for me of like letting things go and letting them be, and just knowing that I should come first. And so if I come first, then it's okay to let these things go. It doesn't serve me. Who doesn't serve me, you know? And that doesn't make people wrong. It just makes me first, my priority, and I need to do that. So I can't be looking and worried about other people making me their priority, and I don't have to make them feel small, and I don't have to hurt people because I feel hurt. But also at the same time, I need to learn boundaries and respect for myself to stay true and stay grounded, ride the wave, not get knocked over by the wind, and all of that, because there's beauty in weakness and there's beauty in vulnerability, and just finding the way. If you fight it, a lot of times you create more havoc, you know, as opposed to just adjusting your sail and just riding it out. So that's what I plan on doing, and thank you for watching this awkwardly lit video. I just figured I'd update you guys. I mean, I know I'm such a snap whore and Snapchatting my whole life every day in this 30-minute update video. You guys have already know. But I just wanted to put it on YouTube just because everyone's not everywhere, and hopefully one day I can detach a little bit more from social media. It's become such my vice, and I love it, and I love connecting to you guys and people, and like the feedback of the jokes and all the relationships that I've either like re-sparked or rekindled or have grown or come out of wherever. It's been so much fun. It's been beautiful, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, whether you show up every day or some days or whatever, here, there, or however. I appreciate all the love and all the support and all of the just kind words and positive push that I get, and I love all of you, and I can't wait to see where the future brings us, and hopefully it won't be so long as in the video, and also as long as in the time between when I film again. And I'm excited to see what the next couple months hold. And Christmasland is coming. Yeah. So 30's not so bad. Yeah. So I can't wait to just not find someone to share it with, because I'm good on my own, but I look forward to what's to come, and I look forward to love, because I know I deserve it, and I'm ready. And who doesn't want to make out and cuddle with people? Like, anyways, good night. I hope you guys have a great fucking week, and happy hump day, because it's probably about that time or right before. Yeah. Still can't ever shut the fuck up. Bye. One spin for the road. One. Smells like campfire.